Hello there everybody, welcome to the beautiful BallySpring here in Ireland. So, I couldn't resist it, could I? All the new animal types, especially the little baby ones, they're so cute. So I thought I've got to jump on here, give it a go, try out all the animals if we can. Now the thumbnail does say, hopefully, start from scratch, kind of. And I've said kind of because if you look right, top right, we do have 1.5 million euros. We are euros because we're in Ireland. So we're in farm manager mode, which technically still is start from scratch, isn't it? We haven't got anything. We don't have any land. We don't have a farm. We don't have any equipment. So we've still got to buy all those things. Now, I really did want to come on here and start from scratch, but I tried it and it was disastrous. After they bought the farm and then a couple of pieces of equipment, that was it. And obviously then you've got the 200 grand loan over your head as well. So I thought it's just going to be too much of a struggle. I just want to come on here and enjoy it. And I know a few of you guys have said before, stop struggling, Snowy, just get on a map and enjoy it. So I am. Another thing, I was going to go with precision farming, but again, I give myself a right headache, guys, trying to figure out how I wanted to approach this. With precision farming, because some of the fields, this is the map by the way, I have done a map tour on this, guys, so if you haven't seen it, I will put a link to that in the description of this video. Feel free to check it out, it'd be fantastic. But a lot of these fields, they do come in clumps like this. So you buy that plot of land, you get 3 fields there, which is fine. And I'm no expert on precision farming, but if I'm right, they do the 3 fields as an average kind of thing for your environmental score, which is fine. But I would like to buy a farm. I've been testing the farms, checking them out. I've done some testing on some of the animals as well, just so I know kind of what's happening. And I found out a couple of interesting things which we'll go through as well when we get to them. And it's just little things like that on the map. Look at that. And this tractor's running around. I love it. Anyway, yes, with the farm that we buy, I have chosen one and I think it is going to be the best one for us, what I've got in my head, what I want to do, and the most user friendly. Another one, look. Awesome. So we're going to end up, I think, having to use one of the fields probably to put down some of the animal pens. So again, that's going to use up a field, just possibly going to mess up precision farming, so I just abandoned that. I also abandoned seasons. I was going to come on here with seasons and just thought, you know, I can't be bothered with it. Let's just get on and play it. I have tweaked a couple of things. So obviously seasons aren't off. We play 1 day per month. We can monitor the time and things like that. Crop destruction's on. Well, everything's turned on bar fieldstones because they just annoy me. I know it's part of the game, but the good thing is with all these options you can turn them on and off and play it however you want. So that is what I'm going for, guys. Everything else is normal. I've turned all these helper things off because they are annoying as well. Right, so yes, 1.5 million sounds a lot, but I don't think it's going to be. We're going to be buying the basics of equipment today, this episode. We are going to buy as well, there's all your farms. Again, if you're not familiar, I believe there's 10, but they're all circled with coloured colours. Not all of them have animal pens on, and because I wanted to try all the animals, or we will be trying all the animals, even horses, I wanted to pick a farm that already had some sort of pen pasture on there, and then obviously have the potential to place things down in the farm area or in the fields. So I have made a decision, guys. we're going to buy this farm here. Now this has the pigsty in. It comes with 5 fields. It's 376,368, so we will buy that. We've got a farmhouse there, fuel point, a silo. That's not a multi-fruit either, which again is going to worry me, but we will cross that bridge when it comes to it. We've got a water point, and then obviously the pigsty. Now all of these fields here are grass fields. I think by the look of it, that one's probably just been planted. Yes, let's turn that. Yes, that has. Okay, we don't need that many grass fields, I don't think, to start with, so we could probably change that one now while we have the chance. This field is wheat by the look of it, and is that going to be, yes, ready to harvest? So that's awesome, because that can act as feed for chicks and ducklings. Ooh, I'm so excited already. One thing that is a bit annoying, when we go over to the ploughing everything, it takes on, because obviously this is the field we have of wheat. It's got weeds in it by the look of it, which is nice. It takes in all this outside edge, and it's all like the longer grass, which again is a bit annoying. So I could, no, I don't know. I was going to turn ploughing off, but I mean on that menu, on this menu here, not actually ploughing off as an option, but we'll see. But there you go, that's where we're at. So we've bought our farm. We've still got 1.1 million, which again sounds quite a lot. One other thing to note, because I want to place down most of the animals, or all of the animals if we can, around this farm, I had to go on here, buy up the farms that did have pens and pastures on, because this is the starting farm. I mean, that would have been probably the most obvious farm to start with, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do something a bit different, because I expect a lot of people will be coming on and starting there. There is a cow pasture there, and there's also a barn there. I've bought up all the plots that we had sheep and goats up here, animal barns on, and got rid of the animals and sold off the pen, because otherwise we are going to have the problem of not enough animal pens if we want to start placing down a few around the farm. So I've done that. I think the only one I left was here, which is the cow farm, which is just across the road from us, because you never know, maybe one day we might buy that. We might expand out around the farm. We will see. Right, we will get going, I promise. This is kind of just going to be like a start and setting up episode. I am planning to harvest that wheat though, and put that in storage ready for some animals. But if you again are not familiar on here, it seems to be like a Massey Ferguson dealership here. We've got all these lined up like so. So my plan is to try and keep our farm as Massey Ferguson as we can. It's not going to work for everything, but I think we will get quite a few things. So we are going to buy ourselves a tractor. Now we are only going to be using small, medium equipment on here, no large implements or tractors, things like that. Let's have a look at the sales. So nothing like this, because I don't think that's going to go down the road very well. So there's nothing in here. We do have a fair bit of money. Right, we're going to go straight in for a medium tractor, because that's kind of going to be like our main tractor, our workhorse, because this is quite a hilly map in places. So if we get any contracts to do or anything like that, we're going to need a little bit of oomph to get up the hills with trailer fulls of grain and things like that. So we will go, I've got a few modded in things. I'm probably going to be using a lot of mods like tractors and things. So I've got some of these guys. There is an 8S there, which is quite nice, but I'm not that keen on like the roof and the cab. It just looks a bit weird to me. So I'm thinking we're going to go for this guy, and we'll go for the most powerful thing. So it's 280 horsepower. I think that's going to be enough for us. And like I say, money at the minute isn't any object. so we will go for it. We're going to go BKTs. I feel don't really use them. Oh, they're even wider. That's good. Okay, we'll go like that. Front loader attacher. I'm not going to bother with anything like that just yet. It'd be nice to get a smaller Massey in the future, just for like a yard tractor, I think. But then, you know, we could go down the route of telehandlers, things like that. So no front loader. Colours obviously we're going to keep the same. Now the license plates, I'm not familiar with Irish plates, so I don't know what we need to change there. So what I'm going to do is probably just change the first number. So I'm going to put that as a 1 because this is our first bit of equipment. So we will do that and we will buy that. So already that's 231,000 gone. So it is going to go down quite quick. Now we're going to need a trailer for that, and again I want to use this fella. Where is it? It's a Massey Ferguson trailer, which is good. We can bump it up to 17,200 litres, so we will do that. I'm not keen on the tyres on here, they look a bit too smooth and round for my liking, but we'll go for that and see how we get on. I think that's probably big enough for us. They're not huge fields on here, so we'll buy that. We'll keep that number plate the same because it's going to go on that tractor. We need a harvester for that field. Again, a couple of mods in. We do have this fella. I was a little bit worried about this being a bit too big for this map, but I don't think it is if you compare it with some of the other things. I do have some older, smaller Masseys, but I just think they're not big enough. I mean, look at this guy. Oh, it's only 100 horsepower as well, which, like I said earlier, with the hills and things like that, I mean, around the farm we've got, which we'll see in a second, it's not too bad. It's pretty good, pretty flat. But if we did contracts or anything like that, this could struggle. We'd end up having to borrow equipment all the time. So that's that guy. And there's a slightly bigger one, but again, that's only 180 horsepower. And I just don't think it's quite enough. So we will go back to this guy. So it is 306 horsepower. 8,600 litres capacity. I think I'm feeling a bit BKT today, so we'll go with them. They look pretty cool. We will need to change that number plate though, so that one can be 2, and that'll be okay. There we go. So again, look, another 202 grand gone just like that. Now there is this header as part of that mod, 7.6. Again, I think that would be very good size for us. I don't want to go too smaller than that. So 49.5 grand. Now we need a trailer for that. I always worry about which one to pick when there isn't a like a mod pack. I've no idea what that is supposed to do, that one. It looks a bit weird to me. That one looks a bit small to me. See, they look so much different when you're looking at them in the store. Is that too big? Well, we'll buy it. I'm not too worried about a spare wheel. That's just decoration. We'll just buy that. Wow, there we go, just like that. Could they put that any closer? Okay, right, let's jump in this. I think we'll hook up to the trailer and then we'll head on up to the farm. It gives you a chance to see what we've got going on. Now, I've got some big plans. Oh, what's going on with that header? It's having a little bit of a dance there. Yeah, I've got some big plans for the farm. Whoa, excuse me, madam. Just... oh, I need to be careful driving. The traffic just seems to turn, whoa, like that without, come on. Right, anyway, so yeah, the traffic, it is a bit ruthless on here, I've noticed, especially those other tractors and telehandlers, wheel loaders, that's the one. Just look at this beautiful scenery. It is a lovely map, and there's a telegraph pole, electricity pole there. Right, concentrate now, Snowy. Here we go, as a JCB digger. Morning. I am quite excited about playing on here though. Right, so that would take you down to the main starting farm, but we need to go here. That is our wheat field, and as you can see, loads of weeds in there, but that is out of our control really. That's from the previous owner. So, and there's our farm sign, and off we go into here. It's a little bit bumpy, this tracking, but that's pretty cool. I like that. It's gives it a bit of character. I think that's all these stones that are here. So I am going to stop here for a minute, and we'll show you this farm, so if you're not familiar with it. And like I say, we'll be doing some changes to this farm, not probably this episode, and I won't go into too much detail now because I'm kind of saving it a little bit, but it's gonna change a bit, but not a massive amount, if that makes sense. What I have found when testing, we've got a manure heap here for some reason, but we've got no animal pen near us. If we run over to here, we've got the pigsty there in front of us, and we've got another manure heap here. When I was doing some testing, this manure heap doesn't work, or it didn't work for me. I put straw and feed in there with some pigs. I put piglets in first. I mean, I would still imagine they would give you manure, but then I sold them off and put some adult pigs in. Skip forward a day, still nothing. I deleted this, put down exactly the same manure heap from, which is part of the BallySpring pack. Put it down here roughly exactly where it is, skip forward, I had manure. Awesome. And then I'm going to kind of give it away a little bit. I'm going to put a cow shed here, which we need to do a little bit of work before that happens. And they didn't pick up this, didn't work. I deleted that, put down exactly the same size one again from the BallySpring thing, and skip forward another day, I had manure. So these two manure heaps even don't seem to work, which is a bit annoying. It would be nice just to be able to get all of our manure into one pit, but it wasn't, that cow pasture wasn't picking up that manure heap, and the pigsty wasn't picking up this, vice versa. So we will keep them where they are, but I will need to swap them out, I think, at some point. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But yeah, there's our farm. I will go up into landscaping mode and show you what we own. So this is our wheat field, pretty good size field, so we'll probably always keep this as our arable field, and possibly some of the others. This is the grass field that's been recently planted. So yeah, like I said, with the ploughing bits that are showing up, it's all this grass here, but I don't think that's actually part of the field. But when we come to plough, we'll sort something out, I think, and see what we can do. So this is another field. This is one of our grass fields, I should say. There's the farm. We've got another grass field here and a grass field here. That is our fields that we own. Now these two grass fields I like because they are quite flat. So one of these probably will get a little bit transformed, so we could get some animal pens, pastures in here. I like this little area here that's set up ready to go for an animal pen or something like that. And then in here, I don't think we need all this shed space here. Some of these sheds are a little bit small, not really very helpful. So we could get rid of some of this stuff and put down something else, but again, that will all be revealed as we go through this series, which I'm so excited about. Hope you are too. Right, what I'm going to do is go down to the store. I'm going to grab our harvester, header and everything like that. We will transport it up here and we'll start going on this field. I think we will produce straw. We're going to pick the straw up as well at some point, so we're going to need balers and things like that. And I think what we'll do is we'll just buy the equipment as the time comes to need it, if that makes sense. So when we come to pick the straw up, we'll get a baler, things like that. We are going to need to store the bales somewhere though. I will figure it out. Right, I'll see you in a bit. I actually think this is a pretty good size, to be fair. We're not across the white lines. So yeah, happy with that. Okay, right, this could be a little bit tight here. I haven't exactly approached that very well, have I? Can we squeeze that round? Right, that's pretty good. Stop that there. Need to be careful. Oh, don't do that. Careful, because we do have crop destruction on. Can I just nudge that around again? There we go. Shouldn't really do that to our new equipment, but then I had quite an eventful journey down here. Literally just before you saw that clip of me driving through, that JCB backhoe digger thing came out of that junction and just run its bucket down the side of my new harvester. Mind you, I'm not doing fantastically well trying to get into there, am I? But yeah, like I say, we will be probably getting rid of some of those walls there. Right, we should have straw swath already on, hopefully. We'll soon find out. Yes. Happy days. Right, the yield is probably going to be rubbish on here. 18? That is shocking. What have you done to this field? That is going to be rubbish off of there then. It's not even been fertilised or nothing. Fuming. Right. Absolutely fuming. What kind of farmers are these people? Let's get this. Yeah, this is definitely the right choice. I mean, we've got a little bit of a hill. Wow, traffic comes down through here as well. I didn't think it was going to, because it's such a small, tight lane. Right, that is very close to... Wow, that is very close to the edge. We might end up adjusting that, I think. I might just put a little tiny more strip of grass around the outside. Because that is very, very close. Really on a tight slope here as well. Yeah, I honestly don't think any of those smaller harvesters would have coped really with some of this. But it's not bad. Could be worse. I suppose it's not too bad here, but back up there it's very close to the edge, isn't it? I suppose we just have to put up with it and live with it. And there is our house over there. I'm just, I don't know what sort of animal to go for first. I think with the pigs, what we will do, I'm not going to mess around trying to grow all the crops and things like that to produce pig food, and you know, or tip in certain crops to, whoa, what's going on here? I can't see. Yeah, to get their feed up together, so like tipping in potatoes, growing them, things like that. We will just buy pig food, I think. Hopefully it won't work out too expensive, but there's a tree there. Honestly, this harvester is probably worth hardly anything now. It's been beat up within about 20 minutes. Happy days. Let's see if we can put it through the wall of our house. Ooh, did that car come with our house? Maybe. There is a gate there for this field, so again over there I'm not too worried about blocking up that area entrance where we just came in. Because like I say, I do have plans, but I'm not going to rush it all into one episode. We'll build up gradually and see how we go. I must admit though as well, where I skipped forward in time to test animals, especially when I was testing these manure heaps there, and the reason why I tested those, because I did want to see whether we could get away with just one manure heap and delete the other. But when they started showing nothing, I thought, oh hello, what's going on here then? So then I had to test a bit more. But when I was doing that, I was obviously skipping through the months, and I must admit, when you get into autumn and go into winter, it just looks stunning on here, the lighting and that, and you know, we will see all that when we go through, which again I'm looking forward to. So I hope you guys are looking forward to this series as well. But I will anyway get this harvested. We will be putting the wheat into our silo. At least we can do that. It will take the standard crop types. A bit of a slope there, isn't it? Yeah, I'll bring you back in when we're almost done really. So see you shortly. Okay, almost there. So quite a bit of straw, but pretty poor yield off of this field, as we know. Got one full combine in that trailer over there. I don't think we're going to quite get another one. So not very good, but it is what it is. Like I said earlier, that is out of our control. Let's shut this gate up. Go. This grass is lovely though, isn't it? Look how long it is. Awesome. Right, so let's see if we can just take a little chunk of that off. There we go. Just let that unload onto the floor, and then we'll go back up that way. And that should be us done. And we can tip the wheat into our silo. That's quite tight getting into that silo as well. But it is quite a tight little yard. Most of them are, to be fair. That's what you get in the UK and Ireland. But I don't mind that at all. Right, and there we go. So not quite another full load. We'll put the pipe out. We'll just drive to the trailer, I think. It's just there. So next episode we will have to deal with this straw and try and store it. I may start the removal of things in the yard, just so it gives me a better idea of what sheds are left that we can use, because obviously if we're creating straw bales, hay bales, grass bales or anything like that, we're going to need to be able to store them. But once I think we get all the animal pens in place and things like that, then we'll see what room we've got, because if we did use that field over there, say for instance that grass field, we may have room to put down like a hay loft or something like that, just to help us out as we go. But it will all sort of make sense as we go along, I think. I've not got a huge plan in my head. So what have we got? 15,852. That's not too bad, to be fair. Not too bad. So we'll go this way. I think that is very tight trying to get down that track there. I don't think we're going to do that. We might be able to back in. Yeah, we'll manage that, won't we? Back in there and tip this in. There we go. Oh, how high does this tip? I wasn't oh. That's quite high in there. I probably should have gone in further, but what worries me is that. Just thought of that. Well, we may have to get another trailer, otherwise it's just going to be tipping little bits at a time, isn't it? To be fair, the trigger isn't exactly... Oh, it's done. It's done. Right. There we go, guys. So that should show 15,808, 15,852, yeah. Awesome. So I think we will leave it there for that first episode. What is that? Looks like a sheet almost of tarpaulin or something. Yeah, we'll leave it there for that episode, guys. Just a little sort of taster to get us going, and like I say, we will revamp progress as we go through the series. I'm not going to change mass amounts on this farmyard, so a lot of these big sheds here, they will stay. I will need some storage. It's just a few little things that we're going to get rid of that I don't think we necessarily need, but there we are. Right, hope you have all enjoyed it, guys. If you have, please hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, that'd be awesome. And don't forget to smash the bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.